Fascinating facts for kids. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from National Geographic Kids is Associate Editor Christina Sauer. Hi, Christina.
Hey, Fred, how are you doing?
Terrific. Well, brand new is the Nat Geo Kids Almanac 2024. This is really a great book for kids and anyone really to pick up all summer long to learn lots of little tidbits here. Give us some insight.
Oh, absolutely. So this book is targeted at 8 to 12, but like you said, anyone can learn from this book. It is chock full of so much information related to not only the upcoming year, but some of the most fun, exciting new science coming out. We fill it with 12 different chapters, everything from science and space exploration to what our explorers are doing in the field, to some of the history questions you have, to what's happening in our world next year.
And there are some brand new areas that you've put in here too, right?
Yes. So every year with an almanac, we have a bonus section, and we love to kind of surprise our readers. What's the subject going to be this year? This year, it happens to be something we all love to do is laugh out loud, or as we lovingly call it, LOL. It's filled with lots of riddles and jokes and tongue twisters that you can just feel some joy, whether you want to share it with a friend or family member, or just want to sit and read and laugh and chuckle while you're reading it yourself.
And Nat Geo Kids really has developed a style here for putting these books together that it's not like a typical book or any other kind of almanac. It knows how to engage kids. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. So we'll start with, we have over 500 photos in this book alone. It's a pretty chunky book, but we like to make this book really interactive and touch on subjects that are very curriculum based. They're things that you're learning in school, but we take it a step further. So each chapter, there's 12 of them, really features subjects that kids are really interested in, but then also educators, parents, and librarians really hope that the kids can get that foundation, especially in the STEM area. So we love to update things like our geography section, because the world is constantly changing. We have new country names. We change the names of our cities, but also we give some fun facts about not only a country that maybe you've never visited, but the state you live in. We also like to really, really focus on dinosaurs. This is probably my favorite section in the Amazing Animals chapter. So at Nat Geo, we have some fabulous paleontologists out in the field. And you would think paleontology, it can't change that much. We know things like the T-Rex existed and it's millions of years old. And here we go, actually, we're going to give you some new dinosaur species that only a few people have ever seen. So kids will be the first ones to see in this one 4 newly discovered species. We have illustrations of them. We explain what their name is and what it means, where they came from, where they lived, and how big they were, which is really the fun part.
You know, it strikes me that parents could take time and go through this with kids, maybe a few pages a day over the summer, things like that, and really make it fun and continue the learning.
Exactly. And it's really digestible. So it's not like one chapter is one subject, in the sense of like you have to read each page. Each page kind of feels like our Nat Geo Kids magazine in some ways, where you might just have one page on a subject like the names of hurricanes. And then the next page is about the cutest, deadliest animal on the planet. It's just one of those things where you don't have to necessarily read it sequentially, but parents or older siblings can sit down and read together some of the fun facts or take some of our fun quizzes.
Yeah, tell me about the quizzes, and there's a little IQ test as well.
Yes. So at the end of each chapter, we call it chocolate covered broccoli, right? So this is the really fun IQ test to see how much you retained in that entire chapter. And if you don't know the answer, then you can go back, because every single question, again, reading comprehension, relates back to the earlier chapter. So kids feel like there's this competition to get every answer right. But for us, we realize they've learned something when they do.
Tell me more about the team that puts this together. It seems that there are some people with education experience here.
Yes. So this book is a huge undertaking. And quite frankly, we're already starting on 2025 and it's 2023. So we have everyone from the editor to a photo editor to a designer to a fact checker to our experts. And the experts have one of the best jobs. They come in and share with us some of the most breakthroughs in science research, but they also read over the sections to make sure that we are being scientifically accurate. We have a cartographer who makes sure that the maps are correct and what we're featuring in there is right. One of my favorite aspects of this book is to work with the explorers. You'll see our explorers peppered throughout this book, and Nat Geo Explorers will tell us everything from like, how do I take a photograph in the field? You'll see some of Joel Sartori's beautiful photo arcs spreads. You'll also see things like a question and answer section with one of our conservation biologists who talks about what inspired him to get into the science. How did he become an explorer? Because it seems so out of reach for most of us, especially the kid. It's like, oh, I don't know if I could go to the rainforest in Brazil. And he says, no. I never thought I would be interested in insects either. But then all of a sudden I fell in love with this praying mantis. No one was doing research on it. So I went out and did it.
That's really exciting. And Joel, I know, has this project collecting photos of the world's animals to preserve them before some go extinct.
That is one of the best projects. Joel is phenomenal, and he provided us some of the photos so you can get to see some of the species that you might not have seen in the world because they're out in some remote forest somewhere, and we make sure that you can see them and learn all about them.
Just terrific. So the title again is Nat Geo Kids Almanac 2024. Christina Sauer, thank you for spending time with us again.
I'm so happy to be back. And yes, please look for this book in any of your favorite bookstores or online.